Thank you for hopping on our webinar today. Today, we're going to discover how to earn an additional 100K in 180 days without cold calling. So, been licensed a long time, over 20 years. I'll get to that more in just a minute, but I am not a cold caller. I do like making warm nurture calls, thanking people for doing certain behaviors in my database. I can show you how to do that. So, big breakthrough in my real estate career was once I came from a place of abundance, trying to help people, being thankful, and not cold calling and bothering people. Nothing wrong with cold calling if that's what you do. If you're tired of doing cold calling, if you want out of cold calling, we have a system for you. So this system also is being used by a lot of agents to do 1 to 2 deals extra per month, and then up to 4 plus. And then also agents are using it to grow teams and helping their agents on their teams to have regular and consistent closings. So this is not a shiny object, and we'll go into why that is here. And one of my business partners, mentors, is going to explain all the lead portion of this. So let me go to the next screen. Okay, so what you'll learn today is we're going to learn how to target and attract highly motivated buyers and sellers, specifically in these market conditions, and how you can even zero cost your lead gen with unlimited marketing budget. So my business changed once I was able to take and quit looking at my real estate business as one giant puzzle, right? My business was not. I broke it down into 5 different sections. We have a system and a process for each of those funnels or each of those systems. The first one is leads, then leads to prospect, prospect to client, client to closing, and closing to raving fan. Once I stopped looking at everything together and I started focusing on different pillars of the business and improving those, then slowly my business improved overall. And now we're helping agents with that system. Today, we're going to more so talk about lead gen. So we'll get to that here in just a second. So go any farther, I've been a solo broker owner, I've been a broker in charge, I've been a team leader. I was a struggling agent for many years. And then finally, I found the right system, the right people to help me with that system. And then ultimately the right group and partnering, collaborating with other agents to make it a seamless, duplicatable system. And now I have a passion for helping real estate agents. So if you're anything like I was trying to figure the real estate game out, I kind of had it maybe partially figured out until I met the right folks that agreed to help me. And then here was the difference. I had a lot of people over the years tell me they'd help me, and then they wanted me to get out my credit card. So once I met someone that really, really helped me, and then they actually did help me, and now together we're helping other agents to grow their real estate business. We have a no-cost version and we have a paid version. So stick around to the end. We'll give you a calendar to tell you more about that after we show you the system itself. So just quickly, I'll show you a few photos, and the theme in these photos is I'm not worried about my phone ringing. I'm not worried about missing a client. I'm on vacation. I'm not worried about losing a deal. And I'm not worried about some of any of my clients not being taken care of. So my wife, my daughter, my son, and a cousin at a beach vacation trip not too long ago here. My wife and I at Niagara Falls in the middle of a day during the week. Not worried about missing a call. Hanging out with my son at his college baseball game, middle of the week, during the week. Not worried about missing a client there either. At the beach in Myrtle Beach with family and our daughter. But it always wasn't like that. So prior to that, 15, 20 years ago, I had to be this guy part-time. Now that was after I sold some houses and I was experiencing a really low peak in my real estate roller coaster at the time. Now we have that, now we have a system that we have a lot of consistent closings, and yeah, there's still a few little valleys and peaks, but nothing like it used to be. So humbling experience, grateful for those times, even though it was also embarrassing and couldn't believe I was doing it. But that person, helped me to look to be the person and the agent that I am today, or the broker that I am today. And it helps me to help agents to maybe you don't have to do that. Or maybe if you have experienced something like that, I can probably help you to put that in your rearview mirror. So it all happened it all changed when I met this guy for the most part. Now I said that was 15, 20 years ago, and I'd had some success afterwards. But this is the guy that helped me with the systems that now we're helping other agents to grow their business. That changed everything. This photo, I'm not looking super happy. I don't even think I look too healthy there, but it was just starting to work. So the reason I like to use this picture is I was probably still thinking, is this really going to work? I don't know. It's starting to work. I think it's going to work. This guy seems to be helping me at a really high level. But the jury was still out. That's two of his other business partners. Now I'm in business relationship partnerships with all three of them, and they're all three super important to my real estate business. These two guys wrote the book Digital President. Here I'm getting recognized on stage for something that years ago I wouldn't have believed that I could have even been recognized for. Super grateful. That's sitting in one of my mentor's chairs in his house. Different chair in a different house of his, different chair in one of the other guys' offices in his house in a gated community in Puerto Rico. So life by strategy, he's teaching me to live life by strategy. He's helping me to help other agents with financial and time freedom, something I was never taught before. I was striving for financial freedom. It's no good without time freedom. If you're like I was, just looking how to get the next few deals to survive, I can help you with that. If you're doing pretty good business, but you don't know how this ends or you don't know how to have time freedom, I can help you with that. We'll give you a calendar link at the end. You can hop on. I'll give you a free little strategy session and see if I can be of some help to you at no cost. So this is the guy that's changed my business life, Ghost Rolls Royce. I'm still a Toyota Camry hybrid kind of guy, but a little bit that's by choice, but Ghost Rolls Royce is not in my near future that I'm aware of. Another top business guy on the planet, business coach on the planet, a guy that wrote a book that actually changed a lot of our lives, Building an Empire. And he has some really good mindset books also. And this is me, we're taking a picture with my list of 100 goals with one of the previous past top Keller Williams guys on the planet. So now enough about me. Wanted to show you all that because in these photos, I never could imagine that I could be any of these places without being, and if I ever could get to these places, I'd be super worried about missing a real estate transaction. Got all that figured out. Next, we're going to have my business partner talk to you about the lead gen side of this and how the system works and how we're adding 1, 2, and 4+ deals to a lot of agents' pipelines. And we have a no cost and a cost strategy. And then I'll give you a calendar link and we'll hop on a call if you want to. And I'll be glad to answer your questions and see if we can help you to make some of the big changes that they helped me make as well.
Okay, good deal. Thanks, Daniel. Appreciate it. All right, guys. It is, well, by my time here in Puerto Rico, 101. So we're going to get started. Thanks for joining today. Guys, I've got a really exciting webinar to share with you guys. I'm going to share with you the top 5 ad strategies you've probably never seen before that really could make you an additional $327,000 in commissions this year. That's basically 3 to 5 additional closings, depending on your average sale price. It could do better than that. And we have agents that are doing this right now and super inexpensive, easy to do. And I'm going to walk you through all of it here today. And my goal is to show you exactly what to do to start closing consistently 3 to 5 deals a month through a cost-effective marketing strategy that we've learned and help implement actually. If you stay to the end, I'm going to show you the 2 best ads that we're doing right now and why it's working. I think you'll understand all as we get through this, why this is working so well. We'll even help you implement this. So this is one of those things that, you know, if you've ever logged in and tried to run a Facebook ad and gotten overwhelmed, I understand. I don't like it either. So we'll even actually have an option for you. If you would like for us to implement this for you, we can actually come in and do it all for you. So this isn't a TikTok. This is a masterclass, guys. I'm going to teach you some of the marketing skills and the principles behind what makes things work, that if you apply to anything you ever do in marketing again, it will make a difference, an exponential difference in the actual results you get. So you're definitely going to learn some cool stuff today. And what makes this different is most of what I'm going to teach you is probably things you've never heard about marketing before. Unless you're like a real student of the game of marketing and studied Dan Kennedy and some of the other marketing guys I'll introduce you to here shortly that are my mentors, you probably things you just never have heard before. So what you're going to learn today, why most marketing doesn't work, and the secret to generating low-cost, high-quality leads. I'm not just about generating a lead. I'm really interested in getting leads that are higher quality, maybe further along in the process, ready to list a house, ready to buy something right now. And so we focus in on not just leads, but quality leads in this strategy. This is and in my mind, anything I could teach any agent. I mean, I've got my cousin in Oklahoma using this strategy, and she's a brand new agent, 20, maybe 21 years old. And closed their first transaction, or at least put it under contract this month as a new agent. And so this is really working well to get deals under contract fast, right? So if we're going to do anything that's going to, consistently close deals, that's great, right? But we want to start getting closings fast, right? We're not looking for something that's going to take forever to work. So I'm also going to share with you guys the marketing secrets that allow you to target and attract highly motivated buyers and sellers, specifically in these new market conditions. So based on what's happening in the marketplace, you got a lot of people sitting on the fence. How do we find the people that are more motivated? How to convert more leads by leveraging automation and proven systems. So, a lot of this, a lot of lead generation tends to require, making calls, which I still highly recommend. But we can put some automation in place to help you see who's the most motivated buyers and who's the most motivated people that you need to be talking to on a daily basis. So you wake up every day knowing exactly who to talk to and who not to. And so and last thing I'll share with you at the very end is how to zero cost your lead generation budget. So literally allows you to have an unlimited budget. So, pretty awesome if you can spend money in marketing to acquire customers and not have to pay for it. So I'll show you how we do that and how we help you do that. So why this is important right now. If you don't have a proven marketing system in your business, then you're not really in control of it, right? So like your sphere of influence, referrals, it's a great source of business, but as you all know, it's not very predictable or consistent. So we don't know next month or 90 days from now who's going to send a referral, who's going to be a repeat client that comes back to you. And so we have these ups and downs in the business because it's not very predictable. And you need a marketing system that's like, I call it an oil well, that's continuously pumping oil all the time in your business. That's what we're going to be focused on today and why it's important to do right now. And if you're paying people like Zillow or Realtor.com, you're probably paying 10 times more for the leads, and they're probably lower quality, most likely. In fact, I know they're lower quality than the leads that we're generating right now. So, and a lot of the marketing tactics that people teach you, we make a lot of money in real estate, and when you close a deal, there's always some vulture out there trying to get some of your money and get you to buy this or buy that. And really, my focus is on getting something that works, that you don't have to spend a ton of money on, that can get you deals closed consistently every single month. So kind of who this is targeted for, like when I create a webinar, I always think about who exactly am I trying to help here. And if you're sick of chasing business and you'd like to start attracting business, this is definitely going to be valuable to you. If your business isn't predictable and consistent enough as you would like for it to be, this is definitely for you. If you're tired of overpaying companies like Zillow for leads that suck, then you're definitely going to like this. And then honestly, if 2 to 3 deals a month would make a big difference in consistently every month would make a difference in and solve most of your real estate problems, then this is exactly the best webinar that I could have ever created for you. So why most agents struggle with lead generation. Sometimes it's money. Sometimes we just don't have the money to commit to a budget, especially if it's a large marketing budget. A lot of times it's the lack of a proven system, right? So like you maybe, you have an idea with an ad, but you don't really have a full-blown system or strategy around the lead generation and the lead conversion aspect of marketing. And lack of understanding of marketing principles. That's probably the number one thing. And I'm going to share those marketing principles, show them to you in the ads and how we run them. And why they work. And then, tech overwhelm is another one. If you hate technology like I do, then you probably get stuck somewhere in the process of, okay, when should I send a text, or when should I send an email, or when should I, what should I have the automation and the technology be doing? And that I'm going to help with again today. And the last one is kind of fear. But what I wanted to share with you is this is Spencer Marshall. Spencer Marshall is a full-time student at Ohio State University. So he's a full-time, in school all day, every day. And we've been running ads for him. And this is a text. So a lot of the text, this kind of examples I have are text messages back and forth between Braden, my oldest son, who is the primary funnel builder. He'd be someone that would help you implement this if you wanted us to help you with it. And he's always asking to see where the results are, because we're helping you stay accountable to the results. We just want to see, hey, is this working? Are we getting results? And do we have a great story we can share if it is working, so we can share the story? And so Spencer, being a newer agent, young kid, following this process, and his comments back, he's got basically about 2 million in volume. He spent about $500 or $600 in ads and $2 million in closings. And do the math on that. $1 million is 30,000 in gross commission. So you're talking $60,000 in maybe gross commission. He spent $500 or $600. I don't know of anybody on this call that would say you wouldn't trade $500 or $600 for 60,000 in commissions. If you wouldn't, we need to have a side conversation about that, because that's a really great return on investment. And we'll go through some math here in a little bit too, because I want you to understand why you should be investing in your business. And my point in showing you Spencer Marshall was because if he can do this, anybody can do this, right? Like that's what I want you to understand. Like if you've had a bad experience with lead generation or Facebook ads or any of that type of stuff, forget all of those bad experiences, because it's likely that you just didn't know something, or you're going to learn something today that's going to help you solve that problem moving forward. And so, little brief introduction. My claim to fame, I think at the peak of my career, I was selling 500 plus homes a year. I know it was, and was number 2 in the world for Coldwell Bank success early in my career. And I started around the country, helping them build big businesses through marketing, and really through not just marketing, but also building a team. And, I built marketing campaigns for the companies that I own or that I'm partners in that have done over $80 million in revenue. So I understand marketing at a real high level, mainly because I've done it wrong a lot and when you spend your own money on marketing and it doesn't work, you tend to remember those lessons. And so, today, we created a community of honey badgers. It's called Honey Badger Nation. Where there's 13,000 agents that we have, successfully helped that joined us at eXp Realty. And that's where I work today. So, and my, short story, from Oklahoma, that's where I built my team, moved to Frisco, Texas in 2013. Today I'm kind of semi-retired. I live in Puerto Rico, as you maybe can see behind me. It's always a beautiful day here. I have I was excited to do this webinar because I really just genuinely love helping agents. I love when marketing works best when there's a little bit of fear in the marketplace. And so, you're able to tap into those things and really get better results. And so when I saw the market was shifting, I got excited because I've been through those markets before. If you haven't ever, if you've only been in business the last 10 years, it was not always like that. It was, there was times where things were tough and they were harder. And that's when you really have an opportunity to take advantage of the marketing that I'm going to share with you today is in the market that we're in today. Why am I showing you all this? The reason I'm showing you all this is I'm living my best life. I didn't have to do this webinar and I don't need your money. That's the good news. I'm not doing this because I want to sell anything today. I'm doing this because I really like helping agents. But the fastest way to get to your ideal life, whatever that may be, is going to be through real estate, is going to be with what I'm going to share with you about marketing. Once you understand marketing at this level, you really have no limits to what you can accomplish in your business. The consistency of always knowing you're going to have clients will always be there. And that's the fastest way I know to get to the place where, you can live your best life. And that's really what I think we're all after. And so this is kind of a rare case where I'm going to teach you something without trying to sell you into a high level, a technology that you got to buy or some coaching program or a huge, expensive mastermind. I'm not trying to do any of that here today. I just want to add some value to your life and hopefully help you guys get this executed so you can have the same success that we're seeing with the agents we're helping. So confession, I didn't know all of this stuff. I'm not some really smart guy. I'm kind of always say I'm not the smartest kid in class, but I always sat next to him. And we paid a lot of the top marketers in the world a lot of money over a long period of time, 25 years in the business now, not just in real estate, but in other companies that I've owned and coaching and training and doing things like that. And so, those mentors have been the ones that helped me to really, truly understand and execute on marketing that highly recommend you, jot these people down, follow them on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, get on their email list. They give away a lot of free stuff. But Jay Abraham's one of the top marketers in the world. The guy charges $50,000 for a day. We've done that a few times with him over the years. Dan Kennedy is kind of the godfather of all things marketing. If you really study marketing, you probably know a little bit about Dan Kennedy. His book, No BS Direct Marketing, a lot of the principles I'm going to teach today come from that book specifically. And also the No BS Trust-Based Marketing, which is we built a whole association, the National Association of Expert Advisors, around helping agents being positioned and how you're positioned in a way that builds authority and creates trust. So you want people to trust you. You want people to want to do business with you. You want people to run red lights wanting to meet with you, to have you represent them on the buy side, on the sell side. Everything we do is kind of based upon a lot of the principles of those books. So Dan Kennedy, a great guy. Freddie Kern is one of the top online marketers on the planet, has always been known as that. He's been a good friend of ours that we've worked with since 2006 or 7, I believe. And a lot of the marketing funnels and digital stuff that we do today is based on the principles we've learned from him. Had the good fortune of working with many of the sharks from Shark Tank. I owned a company that did radio and television marketing for real estate agents all over the country. So if there's somebody in your marketplace that's doing Barbara Corcoran endorsements or something along those lines, or doing a ton of radio and billboards and things like that, they probably worked with me in some capacity or another. And so, that's been fun. The only one I didn't get to work with at Shark Tank is Mark Cuban. He's on my list, man. I've still never got an opportunity. Book Miracle Morning for Real Estate Agents with Hal, my recent business partner, for years now, since 2006. And so if you haven't read that, great book. If you want to win the day, if you want to win the month, you got to win the, you got to win the week. You got to win, if you want to win the week, you got to win the day. And so, the Miracle Morning is a great book for those of you who really want to, hit the day every single day and get the most out of it. And so, I discovered a problem early in my career. I got into the business when I was 19 years old. And, obviously, there was no sphere of influence. I mean, everybody I knew was still in college doing keg stands along with me, but so that I didn't have a whole lot of options. And so prospecting was the primary thing that I could do. And so I called expireds, I called FSBOs, called them what little sphere of influence I had. But what I learned was, like, when I wasn't making calls, that my business didn't grow. So if I went on vacation, my business was on vacation. And so I didn't like that aspect of it. I liked the results of prospecting, but I didn't like the fact that if I wasn't doing the work, then nothing else was happening. And I got on that, that same real estate roller coaster. Maybe you're familiar. You have a few good sales, and then a good month, and then the next month you have nothing, and then a good month, and then followed by another month where there's nothing going on, or you're closing all the deals you sold the month before, and you're not really doing the things you need to get more business. And I said that, and I've said this a lot, and we probably may have said it before too, if you've been in the business very long, is that, man, there's got to be a better way. And what we know in real estate, really, there are only two paths to more profits in real estate. And one is prospecting, and the other is turning advertising into profit. That's the only two ways. So you got two choices. If you want to move on from the real estate roller coaster, we can't predictably get sphere of influence, referrals, past clients to grow the business at a significant rate. Not very easily, certainly, but these two ways are absolutely proven and always work. And so we're going to focus today on turning advertising into profit. There's not any, it's not that I don't like prospecting, but it does require you to be highly skilled at sales. You have to go through no after no after no, and it's erratic, right? You're only as good as the day your motivation that day, if you want to make calls or not. And so it requires incredible persistence. I believe it damages long-term customer value, meaning, nobody really wants to be cold called. That's not the problem. If somebody cold calls you, and even if there's something that you wanted to buy, you still don't really appreciate the cold call. And so I don't think it's the greatest way to acquire clients. And I think most people just, agree with me on this one. It kind of just sucks by making calls, right? Like, I don't want to have to beg for business. I want people to come to me wanting to do business with me because they trust me, they love me. And that's really what this focus is going to be about today. So feel free to throw things in the chat if anything resonates with you along the way, or you have a question. I try to keep this interactive and make it kind of fun. That way I don't get bored up here, and I know that you guys are at least having fun and you're learning some good stuff. So, this is a writer downer. I would write, if there's anything you're going to take notes on today, write this one down. It's not the best real estate agent that succeeds. We all know real estate agents in your marketplace right now. We all have someone we know that's selling more houses than you, but they're not actually a better real estate agent than you. And that's frustrating, because that you do a really great job for your clients, you take good care of them, and that people should probably be working with you. But for some reason they're working with these other agents, right? So yeah, Steve, this is being recorded. I don't think we actually send out a replay, but if you message me, and all the communication you get comes back to me directly, so I'll get it. And I'll send a replay if you need it. So if you guys got to jump off early, I highly recommend you stay on to the end, because I don't really know where this replay is, so I'm gonna have to find it. And I'll get it to you if for some reason you have to get if you can't make it to the end. So, but it is the best marketer that wins, and so it's not the best real estate agent that wins; it's the best marketer. And so the agents that are having a lot more success than you are better real estate agents, they've just learned something about marketing that maybe you haven't yet. And so the secret for me to growing my businesses in all the areas that I've been, whether it's the coaching and training organization that we built, or it's the real estate business, or now being at EXP, it's been about modeling success. And we used to joke around and say, me and Michael Reese, my business partner, would say, hey, copycatter number one, this is copycatter number two, over. We got something good that we found that was working for someone else. We were really good at copying. And what happened to me early in my business, I'll tell a quick story. I had a coach that I'd hired, and they gave me the script to follow. And to my knowledge, I was following the script. So we get on the coaching call and I'm like, hey man, these leads suck. And if you've ever said that before, or you know an agent or had an agent on your team that's ever said it, it's a lot of times that's true, but sometimes it's not. And in this particular case, I was following a process that I thought I was following, and the coach said, hey, why don't you record those calls and send them to me? So I did, and then we listened to them. And I said, I told you I was following the script. He said, play it again. And I listened this time, and he pointed out the fact that I had changed up a few things in the process and what was being said, and it would change the result. He said, now follow the damn script, and we'll talk next week. And I'll be damned if I didn't call and use that exact script exactly the way it was written. I didn't try to change it up and make it mine, and I started setting appointments. And from that point forward, I knew, okay, you can have success in this business, but you've got to be a good student. You have to be a good copycatter. Really, the principle, Jay Abraham always gets mad at me when I say copycatter because I'm devaluing the principle. The principle is modeling success. And you want to model success with someone who not only has done what it is that you want to do, but also has a track record of success of helping other people do it too. It's one person, it's one thing, like Michael Reese is one of the best salespeople I've ever met. And we were trying to duplicate what Mike was doing on the phones. And so I would listen to Mike, what he would say on the phones. And I was trying to create the script for our sales team. And after Mike would get off the call, I would look at him. I was like, I can't teach people that, he's just so good. And he's kind of all over the place. And there wasn't really a process that I could define down to principles and say this, and this. He just really was that good at sales. And so you want to have a process that you can follow. And so if you can break things down to principles and a process, then you can get the same results no matter what you're doing. And so that's going to be what we're going to do here today is giving you these really important principles that you can't leave out if you want to get the same result in marketing. So I want you to imagine waking up every day, with buyers and sellers that are looking to buy and sell and that are happy to work with you. I think that's a huge difference from maybe some of the lead generation things you may have tried in the past. Is people don't even know you're going to call. They don't expect a call from you, and you're bothering them, and that sucks, man. I hate that feeling. And so what we're doing is completely different of that. 3.45 million in less than 3 months. Just with the ads that we built for them and the campaigns that we built for them. So pretty cool to see those type of results. That's a lot of volume. This is Miguel Escobedo. He's like, bro, these leads are fire. Laugh out loud. He's laughing about it because he's never had leads that were this quality. Three in the pipeline, all above 600,000. This was early on in the first week of working with Miguel. So you're looking for new builds. One is a listing and a buy, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like a lot of these strategies we're going to talk about today are going to be both, an opportunity on the buy side, but also potentially a sell on the listing side as well. So if that's wanting to be your focus, then this is going to work really well for you for that. One specifically, the second to last one I'm going to show you, the second to last ad I'm going to show you is the one of the best ones. And in fact, it's the same one that Nikki Gregory Cook used as well. It's a new construction funnel that we built, and she got a new build off this particular ad that we were running, but somebody was showing the builder all the new construction ads that she'd been running, and they were driving traffic to this particular neighborhood. She ended up listing the entire development. Took over that because she demonstrated that she knew how to do marketing to get buyers to come to that development and look at new construction. So pretty cool opportunities when you start marketing, people start paying attention, and opportunities definitely always come from that. So this is Leilani. This was actually the first agent I think we actually built one of our funnels for. She sent a copy of her check a couple months in. It's like a $9,000 check, $8,000 check from an ad that was probably maybe less than $100, $150 that she had spent. So, and again, by the way, so and everything that I'm gonna show you today, the maximum I think we have for most people's ad spend is about $300 a month, and we generally have a lender that's paying for that or half of it. So we're not talking about a lot of money here, guys. It doesn't have to be that. And so, but after today, my goal for all of you is never paying these expensive lead providers like Zillow for crappy leads and zip codes you probably don't even want, because you know that the ones that you want are always taken. No more depending on agent or broker referrals that take 30 or 40% of your commissions. No more worrying about where the next deal is going to come from. We're going to eliminate all this from your business, and no more mind-numbing cold calls and chasing business. Right? Like let's build a business of attraction where you're getting people coming to you. And being a good marketer really is having a process for finding higher performing alternatives and impact points that can be leveraged, multiplied, and magnified for higher performance. It's understanding all of the choke points in a particular funnel, and how do we improve upon all of those to get the maximum result, meaning the maximum result of how many of those people actually signed a buyer rep with you, bought a house, or signed a listing agreement, sold a house. And I want to encourage you to be a strategist, not a tactician. a lot of times I get on a webinar or do something like this, and people are like, show me that, just give me that ad. Well, it's not just the ad, it's the whole strategy. It's how everything works together. Don't allow yourself to think tactically. There's not just one little thing. It's strategy. How does all this work together to get the maximum result? If you just take one thing from this webinar today and try it, none of this is going to work. It has to be the whole strategy. Otherwise, you don't get the same results. And so if I could generate you in 60 days, $27,000, what would you be willing to invest today? What would be a reasonable number? So I'm asking you guys, throw it in the chat. There's not a right or wrong answer to this. I just want you to think. I'm going to put something in place for you that's going to create within 60 days 27,000. How much money would you trade me today for that 27,000 in your business? What would be a reasonable number that you think that you should be willing to invest for that trade of 27,000? Don't be shy. I'll wait. Somebody's got to answer me. So you give me something. And again, there's no right or wrong answer here. I just want you to think realistically. If I said, listen, this is going to close, I'm going to write you a check for 27,000 in 60 days from today. How much money would you give me today? What would be a reasonable number to give me? Don't be shy. There you go, 5,000. So yeah, so 10,000 even. So by the way, we're never going to have to invest that much in marketing whatsoever. 2,500, yeah, absolutely. And so yeah, right. Like, if somebody wanted to trade me, if I could give you 10,000, you give me 27,000 in 60 days, I would do that all day, every single day, to be realistic, right? And so, there is a little bit of risk in doing this that, you're not going to get that 27,000. And I understand that, but I want you to think about it this way because, it's a very realistic outcome that you're having. You could at least double or maybe triple or quadruple or even more than that, the actual ad spend versus what the actual investment is. And so here's what I mean. So, if your ad spend was $300 a month and it's a $9,000 commission, the average return, 3,000%. So, so if you spend $300 a month and this is in 90 days, right? So a 60 to 90 day time period. We're not talking about an annual return. I'm not saying you put $300 into an account and then it's 3,000% growth in a year. I'm saying within 90 days for sure, you're going to have at least one closed transaction and it's a 3,000% return. Or you could put your money in the stock market. You tell me which one is better, right? Like real estate is an awesome business. If we were doing any other kind of business, if we were a car lot, we have to buy a car lot, pay for the rent to be in the car lot. We have to buy the car right. Then we got to sell the car and make a profit on top of that, above and beyond what we bought it for. That's a much tougher business to turn a profit from than real estate. We get all the commission. We don't have to go buy a house in order to sell it. And so it's one of the rare businesses that you make a lot of money and you don't have to invest a lot to acquire a customer if you understand marketing. And so if we were doing 3 deals a month, say within 90 days, that's a 9,000% return. And it's only 90 days. It's not an annual return. We're talking, take that times 4 because there's 4 quarters in a year, that, you're turning your money over and you're trading nickels and dimes for dollars. It's just an incredible opportunity. And once you see the real estate business that way, is when you master what I'm going to share with you today, there's really no, there's only upside. There's like no ceiling to how much money you can make in real estate. Your biggest problem your next biggest problem, and I can help you solve it, will be building a team around you and just getting leverage so you can get your time back because you're going to be busy closing deals and talking to people that want to talk to you. So if we want to turn it up or if we want to tweak it and see if we can improve it, right? So we can go back in and make a couple changes. In fact, I was talking to Al, actually I was talking to Braden. He was talking to Al Stasek, one of my business partners at EXP, and we were running ads for Al and his team in Cleveland, and Braden built a funnel, and Al actually went in and tried to build it all himself. And he was generating leads, but it was at a much higher cost per lead. It was like double what we were used to seeing. And so Braden went in and made a few tweaks and literally cut the ad costs in half, which means he doubled his leads with the same amount of money. Those are little tweaks and iterations that if we continuously look at what you're doing and iterate and see where could we improve upon any of the metrics that we see, then we can start to get even better and better results. And so it's never a one and done. It's always an either iteration or, hey, the results are there. This is great. This is operating at the way we think it should. And then, we don't have to go in and tweak anything necessarily. So, but the right message to market. So this is one of the 5 examples I want to show you. So this is just listed homes in Frisco. It targets buyers that feel like they've seen everything on the market. Where in every marketplace, there's inventory that's a little bit higher. There's inventory that's a little bit lower. Usually the lower price points are lower inventory still today. But if there's if people feel like they've seen everything that's on the market, they've been looking for a while. And so this tends to generate a buyer that is a little further along in the process. They know everything that's on the market. They just want to see the new stuff that's coming up, or want something maybe they've missed. And so, in the ad, it says, these just listed homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Check out the list of available homes by tapping the Learn More button. So that's the telling them what to do. Check out the list of available homes by tapping the Learn More button. Now, you and I both know that everybody who sees a Learn More button on an ad knows that if you click on that, it's going to take you to whatever's next. But if you don't tell them to do it, it's the psychology isn't there. People scroll on and they just keep going. So if you tell them what to do in the subconscious, they just do it. And so it's a little tweak in the ad structure. And if it falls below the fold, which this isn't really the fold, but that's internet speak. But below the see more button, if they got to click to see then you tell them what to do, they'll never see that. So it has to be above the fold is what we call that. And they click on that Learn More button. So this is, this particular ad works really well where there's low inventory and a price point in your target market that we want to go after. And you tend to generate buyers that have seen most of what's on the market, and they're just interested in the new stuff. So that's a really good example of an ad. Here it is, just sold, targeting potential sellers. Again, right message, right market. We're looking for people that want to sell in Frisco. So 1806 Evening Star Road in Frisco, Texas, just sold. Your home's value has been affected by this home being sold. Get your updated home value estimate by clicking the Learn More button below. And so again, this is speaking to someone who now I get to say, well, let's just do a home value offer, right? Well, anybody in the world could fill out that. I probably would generate more leads. Or maybe I wouldn't, is what ends up happening, because it's not really speaking to them, right? Like, this is speaking to that person that lives in Frisco that, man, like, oh crap, this is going to affect what my house will sell for. And so they're probably likely a seller if they're going to click on this. And so again, a higher quality lead comes out of this. A little bit more likely to be a seller in the next 6 months or a year, and most certainly. And again, it's speaking specifically to them. If I just said home, the values are changing as homes are selling, click here to get your home evaluation. That doesn't speak to me if I live in Frisco. This does, right? So is this starting to make sense, guys? The little bit of difference that we're making and how we're talking to who we're talking to and how we're getting people to actually take action on this. Throw it in the chat if this is making sense and you guys are tracking with me. So, or if I'm putting you to sleep and I need to turn on some music or something. All right, so the next one here is right message market, targeting buyers that know they want to pull. So again, understanding that people that have gotten more clear on exactly what they want, and more importantly, what they don't want, are buyers that typically know, that are more serious, further along in the process, not just starting their first search today, but if they want to pull, this is specifically, and some people are diehard want to pull and not buying something without it. And some people are I'm not buying a house with a pool. I want a friend with a pool, but I don't want one. And so we're not speaking to that person. We're looking for that buyer that wants pools. They're going to click on this ad. They're going to see every house that's listed in the marketplace with a pool. So, again, targeting to specifically what they're looking for. And these last two are my two favorite, best running ads that I would never turn off ever in my life if I was still selling. And so this is a new construction funnel. These new construction homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Check out the list of available homes by clicking the Learn More button. So new construction, again, buyers probably determine that they don't want to. Maybe they're moving up from a house. They already own a house somewhere in the area. Maybe they're moving to the area new. They've looked at kind of a lot of houses. They like the new construction in that particular development, And so, again, if they know they want to live in Frisco and they know they want new construction, usually it's a little bit better buyer. Sometimes it means they also have a house to sell. Just a better target market. And so, this has been a really, really good ad for us in terms of generating better quality buyers. Plus, not to mention, I got my license in Oklahoma and Texas, and both states I'm getting spam text messages from every builder in the marketplace trying to get me to go sell their inventory, and they're offering higher commissions, sometimes 6%. So if you're running this ad, this is a way you can double your commission, a strategy to help you double your average commission while increasing your business and number of deals you're doing. So, if you get paid, 6% to sell new construction in a particular area, then, running this ad, you might be able to increase, a geometric impact on your actual profits from going after this particular niche. So if your market has new construction or development, this is a great structure we use. right target message to market match. This is probably the biggest breadwinner we got right now, and it's price reduced. And so we use a tool called KV Core that plugs into that does an IDX ads, and I'll show you that in a minute. If you don't have KV Core, there might be a workaround, but we really like KV Core for this. But these price reduced homes in Frisco must sell ASAP. Again, right now, like we talked about, what is going on at the dinner table? What are they thinking? They're frustrated because and I think in the Dallas, Frisco market, which is kind of the examples we have here, the average price since 2019 or 20 was a 50% increase in values. Well, that's a huge jump in real estate, man. If you've been looking for a little while and it's like everything just continues to go up, and then the rates go up, and now your payments go up, even astronomically more. People are frustrated, right? They don't know, they want a deal. They want to at least feel like they're getting a deal, especially if they have to buy something. And so this price reduced ad delivers a list of every house that has had a price reduction, which is again, makes people feel like they're getting a better deal if they're looking at homes that are more negotiable and willing to adjust on the price. So again, works really well. This one is just getting again, all of these are getting buyers a little bit further along in the process, looking for help, wanting to work with an agent, and just trying to find that right property response. And so what percentage of leads in real estate never get followed up with? This is really important to understand, because a lot of times I think the mindset is, man, I don't want to be that creepy dude that just calls you right away in the first minute or two of you filling out the form. Yeah, you do, because most agents don't follow up. 67% of all leads in real estate never get followed up. So what happens is the buyers that are out there, the sellers that are out there, and they filled out forms and they never get a phone call. And so they're interested in doing something and nobody calls them back. It happens to me all the time. I'm looking to buy a house here in Puerto Rico, and I fill out forms left and right this weekend while I was in Palmas del Mar just looking at real estate, and nobody called me back, not one person. And so, like, to me, it's frustrating. Like, I just want somebody that that's willing to help me. I'm literally trying to buy something. And so it's very frustrating for buyers. So when you call them back right away, they're actually going to respond favorably. Like, they saw you made a promise, you delivered on the promise, you followed up right away. You're just trying to help them. You're going to have a lot better conversations, right? So the automated follow up, the text message that gets sent out right away, the email that gets sent out, it's going to help you qualify and find the people that are wanting to have a conversation, because they're going to reply back to you. So just makes it easier to know who to talk to, who's hot, who's not. So this is an example inside of KV Core of actually like what happens. Like, so, they were added to a campaign for the price reduced in Edmond. That was when it was created. It sent a text message out within the first 2 minutes, and it sent an email out within, I don't know, was that the first 5 minutes, I think. We changed the status from a new lead to an active lead in the system. It did that automatically because we received a text message from them, and so you respond to the text message like, yes, we didn't want to go over 250,000 3-bedroom home. So once they respond, now we take them out of that campaign, and you have a lead that you're working with that you can set up the next follow up appropriately based on the conversation. And so again, that's what you want to happen with leads. You want to start the conversation, create that engagement as quickly as you can. All right, so next slide. So behavior alerts, huge deal. This is where the gold is over time. The behavioral alerts, when somebody favorites a property, that's a sign that they're interested in that property. Should we not know that? Maybe let's say it's somebody that never responded to you in 6 weeks, all of a sudden comes back on and favorites a property. That's a big deal. What if they viewed the same home 3 times? They viewed on their desktop, and they viewed on their mobile, and then maybe they forwarded it to their wife. They're interested in that property. It's a good reason to follow up with them. So when you go into your KV Core, you look at what are my new leads that I haven't contacted yet, and then you work through what are the property alerts based on behaviors that we have determined are more likely to do something than not, or a good reason for you to follow back up with. And so even if you spoke to them before or you haven't spoke to them before, that's a really good time for you to reach out to those people, because they did something that we have determined is an action that's more likely to be a real buyer wanting information and wanting some help, and a good time to reach out. Plus, if somebody, so an example here on this is, so this is, you see somebody that's looked at a whole bunch of properties, that's a hot prospect. So you just scroll through, you can see who's looking at more houses. You can follow up with the ones that have been doing more searches than others. This is an example. You kind of have to scroll in here, but they looked at this property 3 times. So another strategy we use for this, and I love this strategy. For Scott Means, what I would do is I would go into Scott Means' profile, and I would send him this listing specifically, even though he had it in his list and he found it on his own through searching, and he looked at it 3 times. I would be like, hey, I noticed a house I thought you might find interesting. Have you had a chance to see this one? And then you send it to him. Now, man, shoot, this guy gets what I'm looking for. I looked at that house 3 times today. I really am kind of interested in that house. Now they feel like you're on the same page with them. They're way more likely to respond. And anytime something like that happens, you're going to probably end up in a conversation that's positive. So again, these are all things you can do when you have the right system for marketing in place. So again, it's not just about the ad, it's about the whole system and how you use the system to convert leads. Is this all making sense still? So I'm going to assume that's a yes for everybody. This is all making sense, right? You guys starting to see why this works and as compared to maybe some things you've probably tried in the past, right? Okay. So imagine waking up tomorrow and knowing exactly where your next deals are coming from because you have an oil well that's pumping and building consistently deals for you, right? This is a brand new agent. These are just examples again. Brand new agent, 26 leads, $2.78 a lead in 1 week. Another example, 47 cents a lead, 73 cents a lead, $1.83 a lead, working with a buyer and a listing as their property, a listing their property as well. This is Braden actually on his Instagram. I just swiped all the videos and took screenshots of what he was talking about. He was going through their campaigns and just reviewing with them, which is what we do when we help you, and just make sure that things are working the way they are. But we're getting these results. We're like, this is working better than anything we've ever seen. And so Sharon Bignell, 51 leads at $2.46, 375,000 under contract within 15 days of running that first ad. So within 2 weeks, you put a deal under contract. You're going to be really excited about that. I can assure you. Sharon definitely is. Mary Hayward, thank you for doing this. Obviously, just got a VA buyer off the ad this morning. Nice. What price point? 350. Won't know till they get pre-approved. The 500K max. So an instant deal. Brand new agent here did 3 million in volume in 2 months' time. From starting to run some of these ads that we built for him. Randy Fuzz, 32 leads in 2 days with our new ad you set up for me, down to 68 cents per lead with just that one ad. So that brought his average down. He had a couple of funnels running. One was a little more expensive than the other, but certainly drive down the cost. If you're paying 68 cents a lead, it's just insane what the return on investment is. Derek Reagan, she goes, let's get it going. First lead came through day one, $465,000 pre-approved, ready to buy now. The very first day, imagine that, like, right? The leads start coming in, immediately you have a conversation with someone who wants to do business, right? Pretty cool stuff, right? I get excited about this. I don't know about you guys, but like when you find something that works this well, it's like finding like a diamond because, it doesn't always work out this way. A lot of marketing takes a lot of time to figure out. And when you got something that's hitting really well, it certainly is exciting. Michelle Bollinghoff, I think she texted Braden happy birthday or something or whatever, and he was asking about how things were going. So I did, and we're going to close May 1st. She's also buying a $275,000 house, so crushing it. Stacey Lynch Evans, she owned a brokerage. She was generating leads for her team, killing it with the leads. I have 12 in the 12 that are interacting and setting up on searches. That's in 1 month. You have an opening today. She wanted to set up another funnel and double down on her lead gen. And this is Devin Pennington, brand new agent. I love this one because oh my God, someone replied hello today. So I called them and they were so sweet on the phone, told them what they were looking for. And I said I would send them listings. The ads definitely work. So again, these are positive conversations that are happening, not negative, right? Like we don't want to be bothering people. Like they were just happy that somebody, responded to them. So super cool stuff. Farrah Bunny, 94 cent a lead, working 4 buyers, was showing scheduled. If you'd like us to, so basically here's where we're at. If you guys would like for us to implement this customized ad strategy for you, we'd be delighted to do it for you. The way it works is I'm going to actually put up here on a place for you to have a strategy call with us, and we're going to kind of go through everything I showed you that we talked through as far as the strategy.
Thank you for watching our webinar today.
So
get on my calendar, dansleadsclass.com/call. No cost, no obligation. I'll answer any questions you have. I'll do my best to try to help you with your real estate business. I'll meet you where you're at in your business. I've probably been there, and if not, then I'm in business partnerships with the right guys and ladies that can help you with your business. If I can't help you, I'll direct you to someone that can. We have a no-cost version, and we have a paid version where we help agents to grow their real estate business. And if you're anything like I was, just ready to make a change and try to figure out how in the heck can I get from where I'm at and where I want to be in real estate and I finally did that, and I'm super passionate about helping other agents to do the same. To live a life by strategy, but at first you have to just get through the struggle part. We can help you with that, and if you're already past that and you're trying to figure out how to have some time freedom, Hop on a strategy call, no cost, no obligation, dansleadsclass.com/call, or you can scan the QR code, pick a time that works best for you in your calendar. And no matter what you do, I wish you the best success and happiness and in your real estate journey and in life.